I was listening to Kiss 92.5 on their radio station, and I heard something so crazy. Did you know that there is television divorce?
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's how I acted when I heard that. So, do you want to make a guess, or
Like they don't watch shows together or movies together or what else?
exactly it? You guessed it right.
So they get a divorce because they don't do that?
No, they don't get divorced. These couple are together, but because they don't do these actions together, they're called like
So they're banned. Like
yeah, they're
Done
like
deal.
exactly. They're television divorce. So when one partner wants to watch a show and the other partner doesn't agree to it, she wants to go in the other room and scroll down over her TikTok or Instagram. That is called
Wait, what?
a television divorce. I was shocked. Yeah.
So each time I don't watch a show with my husband because we're the complete opposite. Like he watches a certain shows, we watch it together. We sacrifice. That means that we are
You're not
TV divorce.
No, but you said you guys sacrifice and watch it together.
But sometimes we don't sacrifice.
So maybe you're half television divorce. And then there's another one. It's called bed divorce.
Wait, are you crazy?
Yeah. So this one is when one partner is either snoring too much or doesn't want to sleep under the same blanket because they're probably like, fighting over blanket. So the other partner goes in the other room and then they sleep on a different bed. This is called bed divorce.
So
they're
wait,
actually
So these couples are together.
these couple are together, but
They
they're
just don't do
divorced.
certain things
Yeah, so
together,
they're-
so they're divorced off of that.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. So if I have a busy schedule and I can't have dinner with my husband every day, so am I like food divorce?
I don't know.
Yo, this is insane.
I guess so. I just, it was just a couple of minutes that I was like listening to this radio station and I thought it was so funny.
Well, that was an interesting topic to start our conversation with. But you know what else is interesting? Our topic today.
Let's talk about these poor men that are trying to be helpful, in some ways helping their wife or being lovey-dovey with their wife, but the pressure from family and friends do not let them.
And it could be as simple as them just helping to feed the baby or diaper change, or even just holding their wife's hand or kissing them on forehead. All of a sudden, they're called these weird names.
Zandost.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
They're zandost, like they're after their wife so
metarsa.
much.
They're scared of their wife,
Yeah.
so they're doing all of this, which is so sad because it not only discourages men doing that. So you know what? I was actually at this was a while ago. I was at an event and one of the ladies had a 2-year-old and a newborn. So she was feeding her 2-year-old, and this entire event, the ladies were sitting separately, the men were sitting separately. So like the whole time she was with the 2 kids. No help, nothing at all. It's fine, she can do it. She has no problems. That's her business. All of a sudden, while she's feeding her toddler, the baby starts crying, and I think it was time for diaper change. So all she did is call her husband for help.
Yeah.
Husband comes in, no questions, no problem, takes the baby, takes the diaper bag, goes to the other room as he should.
Yeah.
But guess what? That did not sit well with the woman in there. The woman's
course.
faces was livid. They were so dramatic. They were like this. When they do that, and I was just like, literally, I was just sitting there. I'm like, what is happening? Like, I get it. You didn't have that help when you were raising your kids. You did it all by yourself. But there's nothing wrong for her to ask her husband for help when she couldn't handle both of the kids together. What is the problem?
Why are women each other's enemy?
That's so true. It's always women hating other women for having
Judging
something.
them,
Yeah.
like trying to give their husband name if they do something nice. Like, what is wrong with us?
These women had, I'm telling you, Shab, they had their little news for the whole entire year.
Oh, I'm sure they're probably like calling each other.
Pomidi chishad, pomidi chikad, like
This topic will not stop. It will go on for months and
And that
maybe
guy
a
will
year,
be talked
maybe
about.
for a lifetime.
And you know what? They're not gonna say, oh, like Khair Bibina, he did this, he helped.
Oh,
They'll
never.
say, we did it to Zandostas.
I know.
Or Besharma Dokhtar, like
Yeah.
like poor girl, like she's gonna be called out names for having her husband do something that is part of his duty and responsibility as well.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
And you know what's sad?
Yeah.
is most men actually like to help. They want to do it, but I think the society pressure and people around them saying these things.
I absolutely agree. They stop them, the pressure of
Because they don't want to hear things.
Yeah, they're like, oh, if I help my wife or if I'm doing something nice to my wife, people are going to watch and they're going to say something.
So why
it's always about people?
It's so sad because we should be encouraging men like that, because the more we encourage them, the more they would want to do things like that, and the more men will want to be set as an example, to be that guy who helps his wife, who helps raise their kids together. It's a team building, or even showing love, right? It's such a big deal in our community when, you know, your partner comes and either holds your hand, or even if they're coming from home from work and there's a gathering, them just saying hi to you, maybe kissing your cheek or your forehead, is a big no. It's such a big deal.
Let's stop it. Just because you didn't have the life of what that other person has now, and you see it and you think, oh my God, like you probably in your heart wish that you have that life, and then you want to judge that person. We need to normalize men helping. We need to normalize men showing love in front of public,
and we need to encourage them more instead of shaming them. Instead of saying things like "oh, dost, khod, metarsa," we should say, "well, offering, like good job, this is amazing, this is how you should be," and maybe tell your own kids, tell the men in your family that, look at this guy, that's how you should be, that's how you should treat your family, that's how you should treat your wife. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to put your own daughter in a better situation, because your son-in-law will soon hear that, and they would want to do more.
That's what happens with brown culture. It's like the aunties would be like, oh, but she's my daughter, it's okay if she gets this and that,
it's okay if her husband helps, he should help.
At the moment when their son is helping, or the guys in the family is helping, like, oh, the woman should do this or do that, and just shaming them. It's just so disturbing.
Like, I get it, you know, we're all grown up in different generations and everyone is different, you know. I'm sure when they were being raised, men were not supposed to do diaper changes, they were not supposed to feed the
kids. But life was different then.
Yeah, that's where I'm
the
going.
Woman
like,
didn't work.
I get it, like, you didn't see it, but let's have an open mind to seeing it now, because now women have so much more responsibility.
And like the responsibility is not only just working, just the expectation of lifestyle nowadays, right? With the kids,
keeping up with everything,
keeping up with everything, it's too much, and the pressure is more on the woman. I get it. Sometimes you know, mothers or relatives feel bad for a guy who's doing too much, because you know, they just feel so sorry for him, or they just want to kind of. But keep it to yourself, however you're feeling. Like, I don't care, however you're feeling. Don't, you know, shame the poor girl or the guy doing this. It's their business. If he's happy with it, if he's happy with helping, if he's happy with, you know, showing love in public, that's his personality. Mind you, everybody's different. So just because you didn't have a brother or a husband or a father, like, helping or doing all these, doesn't mean the other person shouldn't do it. Just remember to support these men. And if you can't support them,
stay quiet. Stay out of it.
Quiet.
Not your business, not my business. If he helps, if he doesn't help, that's my business. If I see somebody not helping, I mean, obviously I'm not going to call it out, but then you should speak up. Then you should say, how dare you? How dare you let that poor wife do it all by herself? Where's your roles and responsibilities? You know, we have to start calling out people.
And we have to, like, women should support women. You know, when it's not only about only career support or any like financial support. It could be anything as small as just your husband helping, or somebody in the household helping.
Especially with the newborn stage, it's so hard. Either whether you're a first-time parent, it's hard because you're both learning together, or if you have other kids, now you have other responsibilities, and then you have a new responsibility. So things need to be shared. I get it, you know, women have their maternity leave, they get to stay home and all, but that is not vacation time off. That's not like, that's just, can we distinguish that? Because a lot of time people say,
home. So what? Besties, can we please change this mentality? If it's your family's doing it, your close friends or your auntie, you see somebody doing it,
we need to shut it. We should be the generation to put an end to it. And like you said, if it's our moms, if it's our family doing it, or even if we're at a gathering and someone is doing that and behaving a certain way, I get it. You know, we might be shy to say something, but if they say something, maybe say something back like, you know what, that's actually good. She needed the help. Sometimes just saying it out loud, that person might feel guilty thinking, oh, you know what, I didn't look at it that way, or damn, you're right, you know? And then it might change their mentality. It might not, because we can't change people overnight, but
And just because you spoke one time, another person might get the courage to speak the next time.
And then it'll just keep going.
Exactly.
And that person, the original person who said something, might feel too shy, or might not even have the courage anymore to say something, because they'll be like, well, what if I get shut down again? I think as we open doors and as we allow people to talk and say things, and we just listen without saying anything and without stopping them, it gives them more courage to say more and just continue this.
Here's what we're gonna do. Besties, next time you see someone helping their wife, it could be your brother, your uncle, or anybody, praise them and see the difference.
I think we need to do that more often. We need to encourage and praise men for being there, for being supportive, because there's a lot of men out there. And for those of you who feel shy to help and step up just because you're going to be called out names, please don't. Just set yourself as an example. If one person, 2%, or 3% says something, I think after a while they'll see you're going to continue doing this. They're not going to bother anymore. And you're going to be a good example for all others.
If you can't say anything good to someone, don't say anything at all.
So if you want to hear some interesting topics like today's topic, please continue to subscribe and watch our videos. Give us a like, leave in your comments, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Don't forget to share this episode with friends and families.
Have a great week.
Bye.